Welcome back to Daytime. We are talking computers with George Tate. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
It's great to have a regular program with computers because everyone's getting very technical but don't necessarily know what to do about that.
That's right, and today we're going to talk about the viruses.
Now, before we start, we should inform the viewers that from October 16th to 22nd, there's a Waste Reduction Week event in Woodstock only. It's only for residents. It is not for businesses. It's Saturday, October 21st, and in that time, you can drop off obsolete computers and equipment for recycling. And Woodstock Environment Advisory Committee is doing that. That's pretty cool. You brought
Really
that
cool.
tidbit in, didn't you?
Yes, and that's the first time it's happened, and it's a good idea. It's the future, I guess, is what
It'll
we're
be
looking at.
CityWorks. I didn't mention that, on James Street.
On James Street.
Great. What are we talking about today?
Well, today, I guess we're going to talk a little bit about viruses. I had a gentleman come into my office the other day, and he was pale and he was shaking, and I seriously thought that he had lost somebody in his family.
Oh, dear.
And I said, my goodness, what happened? And he says, I have a virus. And I laughed at him, and he got angry with me. So if he's watching out there, because he didn't think it was very funny, but I did, because I'm not scared of viruses. I collect them, actually, and study them.
For those of people who are just starting on the computer, when you have a virus in your computer, it shuts down certain programs or your whole computer.
That's right.
So you could lose really important info.
That's right. Viruses do different things. A virus is a small piece of software that piggybacks on real programs, which means like you'll get a game off the internet, and inside that game there's a little program that's designed to either harm the computer or to watch what you're doing. Now, before we talk about viruses, at home with my young children, I talk about the computer as if it's the Ring of Sauron. Do you know what the Ring of Sauron is?
Okay, no.
In the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, see, I should know that.
There's a ring, and Sauron was the Dark Lord that uses that ring to watch what we're doing.
All right.
And the good people of Oxford County, we're going to let them be Frodo Baggins. They want to do the right thing. You know, they're small against that big masses of evil that's going on out there, and they want to do the right thing. So I'm going to teach you how to cloak yourself away from the Dark Lord.
Okay.
Also, we're going to talk about people that are like Gollum. This is an all-consuming thing. Some people are consumed by the computer and lock themselves away into their basement and never come out, and they, you know? And those are the types of people that are causing the problems on the internet. They become very antisocial.
I see.
They have nobody to talk with, because when they talk so technical that nobody wants to listen to them. It gives them a headache.
They don't understand.
They don't understand, and these people end up becoming netizens. They live on the internet. They go nowhere else. So these guys are the ones creating these viruses, and it's a way to hurt society. That's the way they're fighting back against society.
So you're saying they're downstairs in their basement trying to figure out how to mess up everybody else.
Right.
So hence your virus.
Right. Or they use it to get into your computer, because the virus will weave itself through the internet, and if it finds what we call a security vulnerability.
Okay.
Now there's 10 of them. This is a list. I went to the FBI site on the internet.
Holy.
And they gave me the top 10 ways that the virus will get into your computer.
Okay.
And right at the very top is the Windows Services. And I didn't realize that, but it makes sense. The Windows Services is a place that people need to go and take a look to see what services are being run. And maybe I can go and show you where that is. But let's go on. The virus is the small piece of software. We have an email virus, okay? We have a virus that does nothing but hurt your computer. Then we have an email virus, which is like a phishing scam.
Okay.
They want you to answer that. It's like, well, they actually call these computers that are out there zombies, zombie networks. And as soon as you go on the internet, there's a bunch of people that go, and they start to follow you, and they want to get you, and they start to inundate with all sorts of advertising and things of that nature. So we want to protect ourselves against that.
Are those pop-ups?
Pop-up is a form, it's not a virus, that's a form of spyware.
Okay.
Or advertising. That's an easy one to get rid of.
All
it's the worms that we really don't like. A worm is a small piece of software that uses security holes to replicate itself. It will go in there, and it'll make itself, and then it'll make itself, and it'll make itself, and pretty soon you've got it so much you get a buffer overrun, it's called, and it's just down you go.
All right.
And you have the Trojan horse. Now the Trojan horse is just like it sounds. It's a virus that is carrying a package. So if it gets into your computer, the hacker, and I don't like to use the word hacker, because a hacker in the beginning was a good thing. It's the mass media that's taken hacker and gave it a bad name. A hacker means that you hack something together out of nothing.
Okay.
And it used to be a really good thing, but Hollywood's taken it now. It's the hacker is the guy that's going to go in there. Really, it's the cracker that you're worried about, not the hacker. The hacker will just put things together and surf the net, try to do things out of nothing.
Okay.
The cracker will go in and try to crack your your things. They're the ones that we want to watch. They're the dark lords, the ones that get in and can watch your keystrokes.
So we don't like crackers.
You don't like crackers.
So we have a minute before our break. What do
Okay.
we want to touch on before we teach them how to get rid of these things?
Well, we're going to go in and I'm going to try to show you where the Windows services is. And it's a very delicate place in the computer. You have to be very careful. We should actually talk about, last week we had a gentleman that called in and said that he had trouble, he lost his data.
Yes.
We have to make sure that a good rule of thumb, if it takes energy and work to put it into the computer, you should take that same energy and work to take it off the computer.
Right on.
Because a computer is just a machine.
Right.
If you have a CD, we can go to any computer and do what we need to do. But if you leave it just on this computer and it has a hard drive crash, you lose that data. You've lost it. You're going to have to go back to start one. But if you have it on a CD, we lose this hard drive, well, we can either replace the hard drive and put that CD back in and up and going again, or we can go to our friend's computer and ask him if we can use it.
Good.
So keep yourself backed up.
We will be right back to continue our talk about viruses in your computer right after this break.
Daytime is sponsored in part by Allen Castle Building Centers. Their knowledgeable and experienced staff would be pleased to provide competitive price, quality lumber, and building materials to complete your project. Allen's Lumber is located at 668 Peel Street in Woodstock.
This program is sponsored in part by the Elmhurst Inn and Country Spa. Combination of rustic charm and country